Hello?
Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
What are you doing? No, don't.
I have this big ass Onyx speaker, but for some reason the Zoom won't play over it. So I'll get my little one.
I was late because I was mixing a big old whiskey drink.
No class tomorrow?
Yeah.
No
I
class
just don't
tomorrow.
care.
Class Tuesday. Oh, Gordon is waiting. Admit.
You can sit, right?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, diddly.
What?
Hi, diddly diddly.
Right.
Hey, diddly, hi, neighbor. Wait, that was no, that was Mr. Stinky, wasn't it?
Jason, don't share the characters you and your mom had special between you.
What?
Ah,
Did baby Jason make a Mr. Stinky? Ooh.
I already played D&D for like 3 hours today
So you're done then?
with my. Well, I didn't. I DM'd my stepkids.
Just the
Almost
stepkids?
killed.
Jenny not playing anymore?
She bailed out on this one.
Oh.
It's like the older teen ones are kind of like, meh, you suck.
a child arrived just the other day.
How much longer do we have to play this with you until you buy us a car, Dad?
right.
Tony? I guess he stepped away.
Oh, hey, Paul.
Yeah.
You know how you said you would only get into RC with like a boat?
No, I pretty much specifically said that I'm not buying any RC stuff. Hey, I'm glad you got that.
I got that for you.
Oh no, thank you.
You're taking it.
I know how that works. I'll use it next time my yard. I use it in my yard next time it floods.
You can play with it in your tub.
Yeah.
Make it dock in your belly button.
Well, when I'm in my bathtub, there's no room for water in my bathtub.
Well, it'll be beached then. To be honest, I don't know how it works. I don't know if there's like a controller in it or anything, but it was next to the cash register, so they got me.
That's why I didn't go in.
I think that's pretty much how I end up with the last set of Magic cards I bought. They're like next to the register, like, oh, I wonder what they look like nowadays, and bought a pack.
My next, I don't have money for RC stuff because I'm trying to buy a suppressor.
I did find that there's an awesome part of the hobby that I didn't really know about.
Oh, painting them?
Yeah. So I bought the Alexan body. It was only $30 too.
Yeah, you're supposed to paint it from the inside out.
Yeah. I was talking to the guy about it. It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like my test run.
So I'm gonna
What
fix
kind
your
of paint
eyebrows.
do you use? Do you use like an
I just bought some rattle cans,
Okay.
but eventually, if I keep doing them, I think I'm going to get another airbrush. They tried to sell me a $400 airbrush kit, and I was like, that G-Rex one that all the hobby shops carry.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's got like a pistol grip on it.
Yeah, and I told him I didn't like that, so that I was used to the other kind.
All right. So does anybody actually want to do this? Or you just want to call it quits?
Let's slay some
Do it.
stuff.
Jason's gonna sit down and eat his bag of bread while we play.
Bag of bread.
It's,
That is a bag
it
of bread.
Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah.
Just like,
Entire
sit here and eat a
bag
bag of rolls.
They're so good.
It is the bread of my people.
I've got some melted butter. I'm just gonna sit here and dip them in.
Just
Well,
so
I
you
do
know,
have some Papa John's marinara sauce in my fridge.
What'd you say, Gordon?
I said, just so you guys know, I showed my kids your YouTube channel,
Uh-huh.
so they're going to be critiquing our performances here on out.
Oh, well then. This is how old people play D&D?
You guys suck.
All right. So let's just go ahead and get into this. All right, so I got the map up. You guys see it here? Oh, let me hit record here. Recording. Oh, it was already recording, so I have to trim this off. All right. Oh, Rachel starts recording as soon as she starts it. That's why. All right, so I'll just trim the front of this off here. First 5 minutes of banter. All right, so you guys you can see the map?
Yes.
All right, so when last we saw our fateful party here, you guys were in this room right up here, with the murder holes here and the arrow slits, and you had just finished off. I believe there were a total of 3 Duergar in there and an ogre zombie.
That was 4.
Somehow we didn't level.
Was it 4?
Well, that's what I've written down in my notes. But
Maybe it was 4 Duergar and the
was 4.
and the ogre zombie.
2
you-
were in there
you-
originally, then 2 came in with the zombie.
There were
That's
2
right.
in there originally,
There
and
were
then 2
two,
more.
yeah.
zombies
Yeah.
came in. Yeah, and they kind of crashed through this door down here. But you guys had just finished, just filled the zombie, and the Duergar are down as well. So what are we doing?
Last time we were discussing taking a short rest here.
I thought you decided to do that.
Yeah. Well,
All right,
I mean,
well-
that was what the discussion was.
Did you guys go ahead and set that on your sheets?
Well, you told us not to mess with anything.
Well, now we'll do it now.
Okay. So that sets off recover, right?
A short rest will get you back. It doesn't automatically get you back any hit points unless you spend a hit die.
Yeah, basically, every hit die that you have, you can either use or you use all of them or part of them in a short rest. So if you're like 3rd level, or we're 4th level, so everyone has 4 hit dice. When you do short rest, you could pick 1, or you could pick 2, or you could pick 3 or 4.
Right,
But
so
once you use all of them for the day, you can't use any more in another short rest.
Right. So, and it's not during the day, it's until you take a long rest. So you could take, conceivably, if an adventure was going on, you could conceivably take 4 or 5 long rests during a day if you never actually slept for a night. I mean, 4 or 5 short rests during a day.
Okay.
I doubt that will be the case this time. So with you as a bard, your hit dice are D8s. So if you want to roll a couple of them to gain back some hit points during the short rest, you can.
I'll do 1. Try it out. Have a little fun, you know.
You got to do it manually. It's still not doing it for us.
Even if you mark it, it doesn't roll it.
Yeah.
So just roll a D8 or 2 D8, whatever you'd like to do.
And then plus your Constitution bonus.
Falcon, you didn't get hit last time. You're still showing full hit points.
You're
Drake,
that's correct.
you've taken a beating. I'm showing.
Yeah, I got healed, and then I just used 2 of my hit dice.
Okay.
I rolled an 8.
So add 8 hit points back. Add 8 hit points back. So you were at 11, so you'll be at 19.
Yeah, look at me. I'm back in the fight.
Zinaz is full as well. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't get hit. Only the spirit bear got hit for 13.
Gotcha.
So
So
I'm
Spirit
using
Bear's-
the.
he's gone now, right? The bear.
Well, he'll stay, I think, an hour. Let me just confirm that.
All right. While you're confirming that, can I get since we are wandering through a dungeon here, I would like a marching order from everyone. These halls are 10 foot wide, so you can do 2 by 2, or you can do 1 by 1.
I am using my short rest to gain a spell slot back.
Okay.
Drake will be one of the ones up front.
Okay.
We can go 2 by 2. I'll go up front. That's fine.
Drake, GOBT.
I'll follow up in the second rank. We do a 2-1-2.
Yeah, put Zinaz in the second rank, and then put Romundo in the
Back.
back.
All right. All right. So let me know when you guys are all wrapped up on your short rest there, so we can move on.
I'm good to go.
If you wanted to look through the search the Duergar there, they've got some basic arms and armor. Nothing really that's useful to you.
More crossbow bolts for GOBT.
He's using a hand crossbow.
Oh yeah.
You can cut him short, can he?
And they were using heavy crossbows. So. But if someone wants a heavy crossbow, there's 2 of them here. I'll be right back.
Can I even use a heavy crossbow? I got a crossbow proficiency. I guess I'm going to take one.
I think I do too. Oh wait, never mind. I don't. Wait, is a crossbow a simple weapon or a?
My ice cube was melting too fast. A crossbow, is it a simple weapon? I don't know. Look it up. I don't think so. Heavy crossbow, though, is what they've got.
Oh yeah, I think those are different.
I will know here in a second.
Heavy crossbow.
Martial ranged weapon.
Yeah,
Okay. Can't use it then.
you could, but it's with a penalty.
I'm going to take one of them.
All right. You also find a total of 27 silver pieces between the bodies.
Ooh. Money.
How many bolts do I take with this crossbow?
All of them.
And 4 gold pieces. Jason, there's a total of 19 crossbow bolts available if you want them.
Take
Yeah.
them all.
All right. So what's the next step here, guys?
So we start walking.
We proceed in formation down the next corridor, the corridor on the west side of the room.
Shit.
Ah!
We're
Look
off.
away! Look away!
We're not even halfway through yet, guys.
God damn it. It's not supposed to, I don't even know. I had it open. I don't even know where it went. And then it pops up there. I gotta stop doing that. All right. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
We're going to let...
You guys get to that door on the edge there. What are you doing?
I thought it was open.
No, they crashed it open and it slammed shut behind them.
Okay.
Listen at it, I guess. The old listen at the door.
Old
Good
school.
old faithful puts in the door.
You
See if we
hear,
can peek underneath it.
You hear some like frantic braying sounds like
Goat people. I think there are goat men on the other side.
it's Jim Brewer.
Well, I'll see. Is the door locked?
It is not.
Oh,
It's
wait.
like just it's not closed all the way. I mean, it's like kind of resting on the door jamb. You guys there?
Okay, I'm gonna like use my stick with the light thing on it to like push the door open and stick my light pole in there.
Okay. All right. Well, you can see the hallway kind of extends past this. Maybe another 20 feet past the edge there, and it looks like it kind of opens up into a bigger room. And while you're like peeking through the corner there, you see a goat go running by on like a corner, like down in this area over here.
I karate chop it. Where?
And it's like it just goes running past. Ah!
Maybe it's their stables.
Food source.
All right, I'll creep in.
All right. So you get to you open the door up and you kind of creep in there, and there's you can see there's some cages over here, and there's 2 goats running around, and really nothing else. I'll read you a little flavor text here. This hall is devoid of decoration. A frozen well stands near a hallway to the east, and 3 iron cages are pushed up against one wall. Actually, I can't read this all because they're. You can tell that previously one of them held the ogre, and the goats were probably in another one of them, and the 3rd cage has nothing in it. But it looks like probably when they were in their haste to get the ogre out, they might have also accidentally let the goats out as well. And there's also like near the cages, there's a dog sled with ice on it there, which kind of confirms your thought that they were probably using the ogre to pull the sled.
Zeno says, just as I thought. What's the platform or whatever to the south there, the southwest? The
Right. So that is actually, it's lowered right now, but that is actually a gate. I'm sorry, like a bridge across. So you can see there is 2 doors
right
on the front here, and there's a pit, and this drawbridge is here, but the drawbridge is down.
So it's down, like lowered into the pit.
It's lowered so you can walk. So you can walk across it. Basically, it's made so that they could raise it, and
It's a murder pit.
The pit would be between the doors and the room.
I got you. So when it's up, it's actually up in the room, like so.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So it would open up towards the west. Like so when it was up, the wood would be just a straight line right here.
Yep. Get it.
Okay.
I mean, being that it leads outside, I think we should go further into the place
And
versus back outside
30
again.
feet deep, and then you can see there's a lever on the wall, which is obviously to raise it.
What was that, GBT?
I was saying that door leads outside, so why not just go further into the place versus going outside?
Yeah, it's not time to leave yet.
The party's just begun.
You're right with that.
Now
Right?
those
Huh?
access points to the wall there, to the external wall that we could see in,
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see through to the outside here and here.
Okay. Is it big enough for a person to traverse, or is it like a arrow slut?
They're arrow slits, yeah. They're not big enough for you to go through.
Okay, got it. Just trying to sort out what our options are for fleeing, guys.
All right, so what are we doing? There's nothing else in this room.
I think we should go through the wider opening.
Northwest.
Up here.
Yeah, yeah. At least we can have more fighting space versus that narrow other area.
Lead on, master of the base.
You guys are heading up
Got a
that way.
base thunder plays his bass as he walks through that wider passageway.
He plays Ace of Base.
What happened to stealth?
All right. So you guys, you get up here, and I know you guys have given me the order. Drake and GOBT are leading the way here. So you can see it's kind of it's a big room, and it's kind of split. And over here on the wall, there is actually a lever. So I need to know what you guys are doing.
It's a trap.
Got a base thunder's eyeing that lever pretty hard.
Where is that lever that opened up the drawbridge?
It on one of these walls over here. Like,
Okay.
let's say it's right here.
Yeah, okay.
Zenaz looks up at the ceiling, well, generally, but also over where the kind of the room is split in half. Is there any indication that there's grates or something like that that will fall from the ceiling?
You do see, like, in between in both areas here, there's
Mhm.
holes in the floor and holes in the ceiling.
Okay. So we know this is some kind of cage.
Well, don't touch the lever until we're all on one side or the other.
So I'm assuming you guys are all still out here.
Yes.
I'll volunteer. I'll push it.
Wait, what's that, GOBT?
I'll push it. I'm pushing the lever. Pushing.
All right. So GOBT is like, I'll do it. He steps through here. And as soon as you step into this area past there, bars shoot up from the ground and out of the,
Oh,
out of
no.
the floor and out of the floor and out of the ceiling and close you off from the rest of the party. You guys can see him on the other side of it. And
Well,
then
that's not good.
you saw as you stepped in, this switch flipped. It went down by itself.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
those invisible guys are back.
And
Or a
unless you
pressure
trip
plate.
it. Yeah.
Go flip the switch.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
go flip-
hold on. You gotta give me a second here.
Oh,
That was just the beginning of the description.
Yes. Yeah.
Now's when the 13-headed pyrohydra comes out of the passageway to the south, and
Not quite.
and basically I get toasted.
At least this is too small for a ice dragon or something.
the suspense is killing us, Paul.
Sorry. Normally I have a few
And nothing
minutes here
happened.
to get charged up. All right, so you see this switch flip by itself, and these things turn. You like turn around to look at the bars that are closing behind you, and as you glance back over your shoulder to look at the bars, the rest of you guys see a Duergar appear out of the corner there and instantly grow and just swings and goes right over his head with that war pick, and he just barely manages to get his head out of the way. Like you can tell if it had hit him, it would have taken his head right off of his shoulders. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Dun dun dun.
Oh no.
I
I got a 1 or a 4.
I can type in here. Whoop. Hold on a second. Don't forget your rolls, please.
Here's the log.
I
I
missed
mean, you guys did pretty good.
something. I didn't roll. I was on a phone call.
No worries.
Roll initiative.
Falcone,
Okay.
you had a 19,
17.
17. Rolmundo, what do you got?
Romundo has 13 and Zinaz has 11.
Drake's got the 10,
7
7.
total.
And GOBT, what'd you get?
4.
4.
Ugh.
All right. So it swings at you once, and then it swings back, right? Immediately swings back again. Whoosh, and it nails you with this thing. I mean, this is this wicked looking pickaxe, basically. Hold on one second. So you guys, what you see on the other side of this door is GOBT makes a very novice adventuring mistake and steps, even though you guys are all like evaluating the situation, he decides to just step right through. And he goes in and this door slams shut behind him.
Leroy Jenkins.
And this Duergar, I mean, he's a little bit better attired than the other ones. He swings once and he comes right back again, and he clocks God of Base Thunder right in the side of the head for 10 points of damage with this war pick. Next, Falcone, you're up. So you see this happening, and you're like, "Oh God, why did he go in there?"
I'm going to.
Use your magic to flick that switch.
I'm going to say night night and cast sleep on the Duergar.
All right, go ahead. What's your save for it?
There isn't a save. I just have to get more hit points on my roll than he has. It's 5d8 at my level.
Sleep. First level. Attack save none, huh?
So
So the spell sends into magic summons 5d8, a total amount of hit points for creature within a 20-foot point. So you know GOBT is going to be in the field of that, right?
yeah,
Okay.
kind of a way you can learn a lesson from charging ahead.
Wow. Thanks, Dad.
Well,
right.
hopefully he has more hit points than you, so you shouldn't be any left over. So I rolled
Well, it
21.
affects the lowest. It affects the lowest person first.
I have 9.
Starting with the creature's lowest current hit points, each creature affected by the spell falls unconscious until the
Yeah.
spell ends. So
Well,
you're
if he-
doing him first.
That'll learn you.
Yeah. Put me out.
I'm helping him play dead.
Go ahead and
So
roll
the
it. You
Duergar
got
leave him alone.
5d8,
Yep, I rolled a 21.
21. Wow. All right. So he gets clocked, and as he's stumbling away from getting smacked in the side of the head with this pick, he like goes crashing to sleep. And he just lands down on the ground.
At least he's not in pain anymore.
And
Learn my lesson.
the Duergar does not go down, Jason.
Yeah, I'm kind of guessing it wasn't going to be high enough.
Rolmundo.
Romundo is going to cast Healing Word on GBT.
Okay.
So it's not a whole lot of help, but it's better than nothing. And you
Being a
get
tiefling, one question, being a tiefling, he's not like immune to certain charms or spells or anything, is he?
I don't know. Is he?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Are you GOBT?
I don't see any immunities.
GOBT, you get 9 hit points back.
Oh, nice. Okay. 9. All right, 18. Back in the game.
Is resistance to fire damage now, not
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to double check.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Xenos, what are you doing?
I have fire hair and fire eyes.
Xenos,
You're
what
about
kind
to
of
have
armor?
no hair, no eyes.
What kind of armor is this guy wearing?
Chainmail, scale mail, and a shield.
Xenos is casting heat metal.
Okay.
So the way heat metal works is to use a manufactured metal object such as a metal weapon or suit of heavy or medium metal armor that you can see within the range. You cause the object to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage. When you cast a spell, till the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again.
Okay.
Woohoo!
And I see if the creature is wearing it, it must succeed on a Constitution throw or drop the object. If it can't, then it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. All right, go for it.
Yes, that's right. Here we go. Heat metal, ready, go. 7 points of damage.
All right. Drake. So you cast a spell, and he's like, ah! You can see his armor glows red, and he looks at you, and then he looks back down at your friend who's asleep on the floor. He looks furious.
I'm gonna throw a throwing knife / dart at his head.
All right, do it.
That is a 22.
That's a hit.
6 points of damage.
All right. Oh shit. No. All right. So you whip this dagger out and it catches him right between like the shoulder plate between his glowing red armor, and he's furious.
Every time you hit me, I'm gonna hit your friend.
Right.
Actually, what he does on his turn is he does like, rather than hitting him with the war pick again, he like punches GOBT in the chest and grabs him and drags him, and he walks back down this hallway with him. And you hear a door close behind him.
Wow.
So you just got dragged into this room of sleep. You guys are on the other side of this, and you start hearing boom, boom, boom.
No means no.
Yeah, what kind of Bill Cosby shit is this?
Well, that went well.
Nobody
Run
had
down
the
the other
spell to
hole
make that
now.
switch flip.
GOBT, take another 6 points of damage.
What are the size of the bars?
Size of the bars. Let's see here. You can
say
see
8
through
points?
the gaps, but they're not big enough for you to slip through. You can
Well,
shoot between them.
How big are they?
The actual bars?
Yeah. What's the size in the gap? So I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to change or Xenos is going to shapeshift into a creature that's small enough to get through the bars, like a badger or a fox.
Okay. You can definitely do that.
Okay.
There's enough room for a smaller creature to slip through. Yes.
Okay. So I'll just do a fox.
All right, well, let me go through and see if anybody else is doing anything. Falcone, you're up next.
Wait,
I'm
did you
not
say
ending
8
combat.
points or 9 points?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna tell you what he's doing in there, but combat is not over. Falcone, what are you doing?
I'm going to.
You don't have anything, just pass.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass for the moment.
Rolando. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing Ramondo could do at this point.
All right, Xenos, you're up. So you're shape changing.
So I shape change is my turn. Actually, as a bonus action, I'm able to shape change, and then I do a my full move which is 30, which I can move to the handle.
Jump on this,
then-
Rick.
And then, so I'll be there for next turn to shape change back and then pull the handle.
So no, I'm gonna tell you that in a second. All right, I'm actually gonna give you the, what are you changing into? You like a fox or something?
Yeah, an Arctic fox.
And you keep your intelligence, right?
Yeah, everything, yes.
I'll give you that you could jump up and pull that lever
Like
as the animal, as the shape.
I'm crazy like a fox.
You're crazy like
Grab
a
it in your
fox.
teeth.
Okay.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna give you is I'm gonna give you a 50-50 on it for your weight, because it's not the lightest thing in the world.
Okay.
So I don't care what die you roll, just do a 50-50 on it.
Okay. The only proper way is a 6-sided die, and well, I'll say 1, 2, 3, yes, 4, 5, 6, no.
All right.
Oh,
All right. So you did not get it. Drake, you're up.
And Drake is muted.
Drake.
Bars go floor to ceiling, right?
And ceiling to floor, both directions.
you guys could attempt to lift bars, but
I'm
might-
not the
you might give
strongest.
yourself a hernia.
I'll try it anyways, just to see. I'll try and separate, like, break the mechanism, or at least overpower the mechanism to try and.
Okay, give me a strength check.
No,
Huh?
8.
No, you're grabbing, your hands are just slipping. You're trying to pull up, but you just can't get a grip on it in order to move it.
That's all I got.
Got a base thunder. You wake up right then, and like you see, I mean, this Duergar's got you pinned by your neck up against a wall. Like your eyes open up as it slams its fist against your face. Like its fist is as big as your face. And it's like wham, wham, wham. It's holding you against the wall, and it hits you for another 8 points of damage.
Jeez.
But you're able to do something now if you'd like. Try if you're still awake after that damage. You
Well,
are grappled, so whatever you do, you're going to have a disadvantage on.
okay.
But do you want to try and do something? Fight back, kick it, punch it, spit it?
Yes.
poke its eye?
Yes, I have to find my spell that I wanted to use because I've been waiting to use it for a while now. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere.
You're currently at 2 hit points.
Yep. So no one's around me, right? Except
Hold
for
on, let me
this-
see if you can cast something while you're grappled, though. Grappled. Let's see here. Creature's speed is 0 and can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. Condition also ends. Yep, it doesn't say. So I will give it to you. Yeah, go for it if you want to try and cast it.
Thunderclap.
This
All
room.
right. So it says it's 1d6. So I have to roll a 6 die. Yep. So my 1d6 gives me 6.
You roll a 6.
Yeah.
All right, so he has to make a Constitution check.
Is that a cantrip?
Yes.
Level 0? Don't you have anything better than that, dude?
All right, so you guys,
Hey, what?
you see the fox is hanging from this lever on the wall, like frantically yanking on it, and you hear you hear this, like the ground, like the wall shaking from the inside that room, from just the beating that this Duergar is giving to GOBT as he was slumbering. Then you hear a huge ba-boom, like a thunderclap. Falcone, you're up.
I'm just gonna hold my action.
All right, Rolando, anything still? Nothing?
Did I do any damage to him?
You did, yeah.
Hell yeah. Suck it.
You made him much madder even.
Oh, well.
Rolando, you got anything?
No, I can't do anything at this point.
All right, Zenaz, you're up.
Okay, I'm bonus action, turning back human, then pulling the.
Okay, you do it. So Drake, your turn starts, and you're right there, like amped up, like doing like a little bounce, like you're ready to go, like you're like before the karate fight, and all of a sudden the bars slip open. So you've got between you 10, 20, 30 feet to the door here.
I can easily make that.
Okay.
I sprint and run to the door and throw it open and karate kick whatever's in it.
All right, so you push this door open, and let me see here. 06. And in this little room here, you see that giant Duergar. He's like right here in the corner, and he's like smashing. He's like holding GOBT by one hand, just like pound, pound, pound. And you can see GOBT. His light is fading fast. So go to town, make your attacks.
Part of my brain is wondering how the Duergar isn't burning from hitting the flaming head.
For real, because my eyes and my hair are both on fire right now.
All right, so the staff attack is a 12.
That's a miss.
All right, and I'm gonna my bonus.
Cast the heat metal on the guy.
Yeah, but he hasn't been redoing it every round. He's been doing
Natural
other
20.
things.
So the first hit is a natural 20.
Rainey, do an advantage to your first attack because he's got his back to you.
Say that again.
Do advantage to your first attack because he has his back to you.
Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead, since I rolled a 20 on this one, I'm gonna go ahead and keep that second one.
Okay.
18 on the first hit.
That's a hit.
All right, so that is 7, 14, 23 points of damage.
23.
Yeah.
That's because it was a natural 20.
All right. So you rush into this room, and with this flurry of of attacks to this thing, you you take him out very quickly with your chopping and attacking, and basically as soon as that Duergar falls and lets go of GOBT, he just like slumps to the ground. I mean, his eyes are like beaten closed. He looks like he's had a rough day.
Truth. It's like getting off the ship.
Medic!
All right, quick text here. A stone carved bed and desk occupy this drab room. Atop the desk are several shards of a dark crystal, as well as a crumpled up piece of paper and a burlap sack draped over a glowing object that emits colored lights that shifts from blue to green to red.
Ooh, shiny. I yell for everyone else to come in, and I go see what the note says.
You pick it up, and the note is in a language that you do not recognize. Well, you don't know it anyway.
I'm going to come into the room and apology to GOBT. I'm going to give him a greater healing.
Okay, I'm sorry. What did you? All right, what did you say, Rainey?
I can speak Goblin.
It's not Goblin.
I was joking.
Nice try.
All right, so you guys run in there, and you see this Duergar is down finally, and GOBT is about dead. Jason, you give him a healing potion, so go ahead and take care of that.
Let's see what is that. 44 plus 4.
44 points.
GOBT, have you
15
read
points
your
back.
spells?
I read through some of them, not all of them.
Dude, read Hellish Rebuke.
That was my next one I
Like,
wanted.
as a reaction, a reaction, not even an action, a reaction, you cast it and you do 3d10 of damage. You're like doing Thunderclap, which is like a puny 1d6. You could have taken that dude out with Hellish Rebuke on your own.
All right.
Get your 15 points back, Tony.
Yay.
Somebody chastise him for a. Oh, there's my picture I was looking for. Chastise him for running into the room.
Vicious mockery.
So I'll bring you a picture here. So this is the guy you guys just took out. He was a little better attire. It's still just basic scale mail, but it was a little nicer looking than the other Duergar had. And looking around the room, you can tell this is kind of like maybe this is the room of somebody who's more important.
Paul, I just realized it's my fault that he should have taken 2d8 every round after I cast that.
Well, you have to actively do it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was my fault.
Oh yeah, I mean you were doing other things. You did that with
I get to do that as a bonus action, but then again, I took my bonus action on both subsequent rounds.
Yeah, you shifted on.
We also didn't go back and look and see if does it require concentration, because you did another spell to turn into, you shape shifted.
No, that's not a spell. That's a natural ability.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he was only in there for one more round anyway before you guys killed him, so it wouldn't have made much of a difference.
Right.
Anyway, you look around this room here, and you can see those things like I told you. There's a cloth covering a glowing object that has different colors coming out of it. There's shards of Chardolin kind of all over the place.
I think we need to bag that stuff up and take it with us. Don't
All
touch
over the
it.
place in his room?
Huh?
In his room? I'm sorry.
I still didn't hear you, Gordon.
There's Chardolin all over his room?
Like all over the desk.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Like he was looking at them.
I'm sorry, Jason. What were you saying? Bag it?
Yeah, I think we need to bag everything and take it with us. I mean, if they're trying to collect it, we probably don't want them to have it. I'm not sure what we would do with it, but
Bury
out of
it.
their hand might be better. And the glowing stone on the desk, take that bag as well.
Well, it's not a stone, it's a cloth. It's a cloth covering something.
Then I'll remove the cloth and look at it.
It explodes. No.
In light. It's a laser
No,
thing.
see, you uncover it and it's a lantern that's sitting there on the desk, and it's just gradually changing from like red to yellow to blue, like these soft light colors.
I'll take it. I'm the
You-
only one who can't see in the dark anyways.
It's the lantern to the inn.
Ah,
That was
Oh
stolen.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'll
yeah.
take it.
we
I'll still
definitely
take
need to take that then.
It's mine.
But
there-
Back to
there-
the nice ladies. They fed us soup.
There is a letter there too in a language that none of you can apparently read.
Xenos
Take that, nerd.
Xenos says, let's hold the lantern up to the Chardolin and see if there's any connection.
Like if it reacts to the light or something.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
whether he says it in the Xenos way.
Let's try it.
Nothing that you see, no.
Okay. Worth a shot. Maybe
Anything else useful in this room?
maybe it helps read the letter. Maybe it's like a secret decoder on the letter. Let's try that.
You also when you're looking closer at it, you also realize that some of the things that look like Chardolin are actually most likely just glass that kind of resembles it.
They probably don't know what they were looking for either then, but
There are
take
several
anything.
pieces that are definitely more like a rocky crystal though.
Have we cast detect magic on this stuff yet?
No, we have not.
Does anyone have detect magic?
I do. Then I will take a few minutes and cast detect magic in this room.
Are you guys doing anything else in here?
So there was the desk. What else? I'm sorry. What else was there?
There's a bedroll on the floor as well.
We should probably take that.
Is it dwarf size or
It is a dwarf sized bedroll, yes.
Normal dwarf size.
Yeah.
Somebody just got a skirt.
Ramondo will search it and then give it to GBT.
All right. In the bedroll, kind of in the foot of it, you find a purse that has 24 gold and 17 silver pieces.
You're rich.
Money.
What else? Anything else in the room?
No, just his, stuff that he's wearing.
Okay.
So the detect magic should go off. That's a ritual, so I have to prepare for it and then cast it. So
You're casting it, Jason?
yes, detect magic.
All right. The Chardolin, hold on, let me check that. I don't think it glows.
Yeah, I don't think we'd ever determine if it reacts to magic or shows up magical yet.
Yeah, so all the Chardolin, when you cast detect magic, all of the Chardolin glows. So you see, out of all the chunks of glass and stuff that's on his desk, there's 3 pieces that are glowing with the from the detect magic. And also the lantern is glowing. And also his shield.
Ooh.
There we go. Who
Like
uses
Wonder Woman.
the shield? Besides I know the my druid does, but does anyone else use the shield?
I do not. Any of the bards? Not
I could
the
probably
one
use
for
a shield,
sure.
because I keep getting hurt a lot. I'll take the shield.
You gotta know how to use it. So, and it's not a very attractive shield, but it's like a round iron shield, maybe brass. I'm not sure what it's made out of. Nothing particularly special though, other than it does appear to be magic.
Yeah, that sounds like a really promising future item.
GOBT,
But you
can
can't
use the
use
shield?
the shield.
I don't think you have. You don't have a proficiency with a shield.
Yeah.
Does it have a separate proficiency?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, because Xenos has it. Drake does not.
I mean, you could
Outbound
use
does not.
it, but you're at a extreme disadvantage. It's not even worth it if you don't.
Yeah, I'd have to look and see how shield proficiency works.
Okay, well, I guess I'll kill my hopes and dreams and
Well, hold on.
let my
You
shield
can
go
already
away.
Learn it
It's fine.
later.
Yeah, I have to look that
I'm
up.
still a
Obviously,
bad
that's
bitch
something
with fire eyes
we
and
should
fire
know.
hair, so it's cool.
Armor proficiency.
Yeah, but I only have light armor.
Yeah, and you can take it with you though. We'll figure out what it is later. If you think
It's definitely
you
something
can't
that's
use it
leave
though, not
behind.
right now.
And you can always gain proficiency with stuff.
Yeah, possibly. All right. So what are you guys doing?
Ramonda's going to search for secret doors on the south side of the room.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll.
What, perception?
Yeah.
$22.
You're fairly positive there's nothing there.
Okay. Ramonda says, there are no secrets to be found. other than what we found already?
Real quick, Paul, on the armor proficiency. If you use an armor that you lack proficiency with, you have disadvantage on ability checks, saving throws, or attack rolls that involve strength or dexterity, and you cannot spells.
You cannot cast spells?
Correct.
Yeah, so you don't want to use that, Tony. Sorry. Really, the only one who can use it is Zinaz.
Yeah. Is it a metal shield?
Huh?
It's a metal shield. I thought they couldn't use metal shields.
What, a druid?
Yeah.
Maybe not. It is metal.
Does it say it's metal?
I said it was metal.
Because there's really no such thing as metal shields. You know that, right?
No?
Almost all historical shields were made of wood with metal binding. Or
Actually,
well, actually, I've seen Captain America lots, and that's a metal shield.
That's true. It could be vibranium.
Well,
It doesn't.
yeah, it's
It doesn't
vibranium,
matter.
but
We'll figure the shield out later. As of right now, and everybody's like, "I don't know how to use this thing," but you can pack it up and take it with you.
This is a really awesome sled when we get out of the fort.
yeah, or dinner table.
But definitely let's not leave it behind, Sam.
All right.
All right, guys.
Let's head back to the main room.
All right. All right. So if you guys come back out here, you can see down this way. Let me move this map a little bit. There's another doorway right here.
Well, apparently I haven't learned my lesson, so I'll go to the door and listen to it, see if I can hear something on the other side.
You don't really hear anything, no.
Being a slightly wiser man, I'll ask the group, do you guys think I should open this door?
Yes. We should open it to make sure that the place is clear before we try to leave.
Well, I
All
ready
right.
my crossbow and I tactically enter the doorway.
All right. So you open up, it's a fairly large room, and there are all these cages along the walls. So these ones on this wall, they're all empty. But on the bottom row down here, there's like, you don't really know how to describe them. So I'm going to read this to you. This chamber appears to be a cell block lined with stone doors that have small barred windows set to them at dwarf's eye height. Snow and wind enter the room through a barred window in the northeast corner that looks out toward the snow-covered bunker that guards the main entrance. So you can see there's a window in here that you can see right here in this top corner.
Yeah.
So you can look out and see. But there's these like inside these lower corridor, these lower rooms here. There's these like weird humanoid. You're actually, let me see here. Zinaz, give me Zinaz, you recognize this for what it is. They're like, they've been reanimated. They're former humanoids that were probably killed in some manner, but they've been reanimated by what you believe to be some kind of fungus.
Zombies.
But they're just kind of like milling about in these little rooms. They don't really seem to be like, they don't really seem like they have a consciousness. They're just like bumping against the walls, and they're like goldfish in a bowl. They walk one direction, hit the wall, bump against it a few times, and turn around and walk another direction.
Does Zinaz think this is an act of like necromancy?
No, you don't actually.
That it's a natural phenomenon?
That it's something, yeah, yes.
Okay. I mentioned that to the party, that this may be the result of some natural fungus that has reanimated these beings. And they all appear to be dwarves, like Duergar?
No, they're not. Actually, none of them are Duergar. They're all actually human size.
Ramondo says, "This is disgusting."
It's pretty gross. Yeah,
Uh,
they have a very
What is
pungent
it?
mushroomy smell too.
Great.
God, based on their tactically stands behind the group in order to not get messed up.
He's Drake. He's taking away your tactical hiding skills.
I did that once.
I'm gonna glance up the shared hallway to the left there.
All right. You can see what looks like there's probably another fairly large room up there.
Any sound coming down the hallway from that direction?
Not really, no.
Then I
Um,
want to.
No, go ahead, Jason.
Then I want to slowly move up that hallway cautiously.
All right.
Xenos is going to examine the doors and see if they have independent locking mechanisms, or if it's some kind of, again, similar to the last room we were in.
These are like cat cages. They have just like a latch that you would push down into place, slide over and push down into place. They're really simple locks. I mean, you could easily open this up if you wanted to. In fact, the creatures that are inside of them could probably open them up if they had the minds to do it.
I got you. Okay. But there's nothing that apparent that would, like, they flip a switch and they all suddenly open up and we're like,
No, these look very rudimentary. Like, yeah, there's no nothing that you see anyway, like a switch or something like that. No, it looks like these are just like the kind of thing like a pet cage.
got you.
In fact, from what you see, unless the entire front wall collapsed down, there's really no way that there's a lever that opens these.
Got you.
So Jason, peering up this room here, you can see you can see these 4 rooms here. So 2 of these rooms, the 2 to the south here, the doors are wide open, and they're sleeping quarters. So I'll read this to you. Small rooms flank a central common area where crates and sacks are stashed against the west wall. The doors of the 2 southern rooms are open, and each room is empty except for a tattered bedroll and a chair. From behind the closed doors to the northern rooms, you hear the faint sound of snoring.
I want to walk back down the hallway to the rest of the group and tell them I think there's still more in this next room that somehow we haven't woke up with the fighting and the thunder clapping and everything else going on.
Yeah, I should have woke them up with thunderclap, but oh well. They're heavy sleepers.
There's a lot of
Too much alcohol the night before.
Right. Is that your cats, Jason?
No, it's mine. It's
No,
Forrest at the door.
Forrest, the king of cats.
Mine.
Forrest is an attention whore. Here. We're dum. You want to say hi? Here. Look in there.
Forrest.
Ow. Run, Forrest.
That's where he got his name from. There's Forrest the cat. Now he's gonna go away. Yeah, here you. Noisy 30-pound fur ball. All right.
Is he 30
So what are you
pounds?
guys doing?
Oh, crap.
Shall we prepare an ambush for these guys?
Murder them in their sleep, you say?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe we could spike one of the doors shut and handle one at a time.
You know what that calls for.
Piton!
The doors open in.
Damn you.
Sorry.
It's the only strategy we have.
then I don't know if we can get in there quietly and get one good strike at advantage because they're sleeping and then back out of the room. 'Cause I don't think any of us want to be in a room by themselves with that thing, or any of them.
We could try. Anyone else have any other ideas?
I do not.
No, my ideas usually get me hurt.
It's just the impulsive ones that do that. Then, yeah, if we're ready, let's give this a shot.
All right, tell me what you're doing.
I'm gonna go up to the door on the upper right
Okay.
and have a spell prepared. And want to try to open it up very quietly.
And I'll be right behind him, ready to run in.
Xenos is going to kind of stand at the ready outside, keeping a watch on the door on the northwest side of the room.
All right.
So
Falcon, give me a stealth roll.
$18.
All right. So you're able to push this door open slowly and quietly, and you can see in there, basically curled up in a bedroll. He's completely dressed in his armor still. There's a normal sized Duergar, and he's just he definitely needs a CPAP.
Well, I'm gonna hit him with the snowball swarm.
All right. Let's see. Where are we?
So I don't know if because he's sleeping, he either does not get a dexterity save from what I'm about to do, or he gets a disadvantage at it.
You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. I'm going to cast this then and hit him for 16 points with snowball in his sleep.
All right. Everyone, give me just give me an initiative roll.
Oh, there's a shitty one for the.
You got
Yeah,
5.
same.
Falcon.
Yeah.
GOBT, I saw a 9. Drake, what'd you have?
Jesus, 9.
9. Xenos and Rolmundo.
Ramundo had 22 and Xenos had 19.
All right.
No, right?
All right, Jason, you did 16 points to this guy? Please?
Yes.
All right. So you slowly open this door up and you just like pelt this guy with snowballs while he's sleeping.
I'm sure.
And he's like, and he's like, "Argh!" He wakes up with all the bruises and blood dripping out of his face from the snow. And he's Xenos. No, hold on. Rolmundo, sorry. What are you doing?
How big is this room?
This room is 10, 20. This is 40 by 40, and the little rooms are 20 by 20. You guys are in the room, this room here, on the right side, is where Jason is anyway.
I'm gonna hold my initiative. I'm going to.
What?
I just realized I don't have I don't even have a. Oh, I do have a short bow. I'm gonna short bow him.
Okay, go for it.
And I miss.
All right. Zinaz.
Even moving yet. He's laying in bed.
Dinos is going to hold his action, and he's going to react to if someone comes out of the other door.
How does that work? Holding actions.
It's I think you have to say what your
Like a trigger effect.
you
You're
have
gonna
to
hold
say
your action until something happens.
your reaction. I'm sorry, what's that?
Yeah, you have to determine what would trigger your action to happen, I think.
Yeah, that
like this
sounds
door
right.
opens and I'll do this.
Holding, bag of holding, bag of holding. All right, so just tell me what you're holding it for that door to open.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a spell ready, basically.
Okay, what spell?
Ice knife.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Falcone, you open the door, but you blast this guy with a snow, and he screams in pain, and he gets up to his knee, and you can see he was sleeping in full armor, and he whips his pick up at you, whoosh, but he misses you as he's climbing to his feet. The door next door pops open, and a Duergar there is wiping sleep from his eyes, like what's going on out here? Which triggers your hold action roll, Mundo.
What's that? Not Ramundo, it's Zinaz.
Zinaz, okay. It triggered the door that you were waiting for to opens up, and another Duergar is he's waking in the process of waking up. He's slow to move, but he pushed the door open like he's waking up, ready to fight.
Okay, well, I'm gonna help him by giving him a cool blast of air.
All right.
So,
this is ice knife.
Yeah, so 13, that's probably a miss.
That is a miss.
Okay, but he still takes 2d6 cold damage because it explodes.
Okay. Does everybody in the area take it?
Only the next 5 feet next to him.
It's
Okay.
a foot radius spell, a small one.
All right.
That's now I'm rolling 6 dice. How do you not roll? How do you
Click the dice, the picture of the die.
I'm doing that now. I'm up to 11 dice.
You have to roll it. You have to roll it.
No, it's right mouse button. There we go. Okay. 6 points of damage.
6. All right. Drake, what are you doing?
I'm the one that Jason has already snowballed. I'm gonna run in on that one and attack him.
All right, go for it.
All right, so I'm gonna.
You kind of do like a springboard leap over Falcone's shoulder with your staff ahead.
What? 18.
That's a hit.
All right, so that does 10 points of damage, and then 22 for the kick.
So you get that kick every round. That's just your extra ability.
Yeah, anytime I make one attack, I can make an unarmed attack.
Okay.
And I did 7 with that one, so for a total of 17.
Okay, so you rush in there, you hop over Falcone in the doorway, and you jump in there, you whack that guy with your staff, and then kick him from the other direction. He goes down in a lump. God of Base Thunder, what are you doing? There's this other one. He's kind of just pushed his way out the door. Zinaz threw a dagger at him, but missed, and then it exploded and kind of peppered the side of his head with some ice chips. And he's still moving forward though, and you're probably still a little pissed off from the stomping you just received from another Duergar a little while ago.
Oh, quite a bit. So I'm taking my crossbow and I'm aiming between the eyes.
All right, go for it.
$18.
That's a hit.
6 points of damage. Hell yeah. That's
All
something.
right, so he can't. You shoot this crossbow and you get him right in the cheek. Falcone, what are you doing? You're in that room. Drake just hopped over your head.
Hate
And
his
killed the
cheek
one
in
you were
particular.
focused on.
The one in the room is down.
Yes.
Uh,
Now all
I
you really
wanna-
have to do is turn around because the other one is out here at this point, right behind you, basically.
okay, then I would like to turn around, and I'm gonna zap or toss a bolt of fire at him.
All right.
Hadouken.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Hey, big money. 5.
Not big money.
That's not big money. Romundo.
Ramondo will turn and do
Bring the
a
pizzazz. Doing what?
The flourish.
short bow in him.
All right.
14.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
Sorry. Zinaz.
Zinaz is going to use his last second level spell of the day and use heat metal. So he takes 2d8 damage.
All right.
I'm presuming he's in armor, right?
He is, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Scale mail.
8 points of damage.
All right. He screams in pain. He's like, "Ah!" And then he grows.
Oh, he got
Zinaz
bigger.
says, "I run cold and hot, baby."
Like he was not happy that happened to him. Zinaz, as you heat him up, he screams in pain and he turns around and he smashes you with that war. He grows and he smashes you with that war pick for 6 points of damage. Actually, hold on, that wasn't right. He smashed you for 14 points of damage. I'm sorry.
Ouch.
Drake, you are up. You hear this awful scream from outside, and then you hear an awful scream like a shriek of someone burning. Ah! And then you hear Zinaz scream in pain as he gets mauled by this wicked pick screaming through the air at him.
That's the second time I've been smacked by one of those picks. They're not nice.
I'm gonna run past Falcone then and
I'm
drop
duck.
kick
He
this
can
one.
leap over me. Leapfrog.
All right, you do like a spinning flip over Falcone's head through the doorway. Land, you see this giant Duergar standing there. He's 10 feet tall and he's glowing hot red in his armor, and he's just smashed Zinaz in the chest with this war pick. And he's like, still, that is not a hit. He's still pulling out of Zinaz's chest to get to whip it around again.
All right, I'm gonna use a key point then, so I can do 2 unarmed strikes.
So you only get a second attack if you hit. Is that right?
The second, if I make an attack, I can do it. I can do it an attack. Period. I don't have to hit.
Okay.
I missed anyways for
All
the
right.
second one. Last one was a 23.
That's a hit.
All right, that is 8 points of damage.
And that was what, a kick or something?
Yes.
All right, so you jump over Falcone and you kind of do like a spinning thing and you whip your staff out and totally miss this giant creature somehow. You swing out with a fist and you miss him again. He kind of like dodges a little bit, but then you just kick him square in the nuts. And he goes, oh, and he falls down in a slump in the corner. And you just feel it. You hear his skin like sizzling from the armor as he's laying there.
Gross.
Just like at Chili's.
Just like a Chili's, yeah. He smells like a Duergar. A Duergar fajitas.
Then turns to Drake and says, "Epic nut shot."
Man gets hit in the groin with football. Man gets hit in the groin with football. All right.
We loot.
You loot. So there are some crates and stuff here, like in this big room. But it's mostly like supply type stuff. It's like rations and blankets and rope, other stuff like that. You do find some of the things that were described as having been stolen. You find like a pearl necklace. You find some basic weapons too, some daggers and stuff like that. And let's see, let me roll a number here. Falcon, in the room, you find I'll just tell you what it is. You find a potion of healing in there as well.
Okay. Well, I think if we're coming across stuff that looks like the things the Dragonborn Seeker and some other, or the people that in said it was stolen from the town, probably it's not nailed down to pick it up, trying to figure out what it is to do with it.
Also, between the bodies and the other stuff there, you guys find 22 more gold pieces and 74 pieces of silver.
You're rich.
Ramondo says, and we're going to be heroes again in this community. Our fame in the 10 towns will be unrivaled.
There's the rest of the map. Mission clear.
We did it.
Right, exactly. So what do we have? We have some loot, some stolen goods, and then we have the letter or whatever in a language that we cannot understand.
It's Dwarvish.
Dwarvish, or and is there like a comprehend languages in this edition? I don't think there is there?
A spell?
Yeah.
It probably is. I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably cleric spell.
Comprehend language. First level divination spell.
Cleric spell.
Divination.
Maybe it's a druid. It's available to druids, and I just don't know. Let me see.
What?
I don't see it.
You get useful spells like Goodberry.
Right. You like
Now,
it?
you do happen to have another character who could learn it. Romundo
Yeah,
could learn it.
but I don't get to just like learn spells whenever I feel like it, right? Only when I go up a level.
Yeah. So you have
Yeah,
to
it looks
pick
like it's available to me as well.
Yeah, you just have
I have
to
it.
pick it if you want it.
I'm not seeing it on the list for.
It's not on the druid list. It's on bards.
Or on the bar. I'm looking at druid again. Hello.
It's a first level spell for bards.
It's funny. I never like get a spell like that because there's almost never any call for it.
And now there's a call for it.
Now there's a call for it. Okay.
Actually, it looks like bards are like the only ones we get. No, bards. What's this? Wizard, sorcerers, warlock. Warlock can get it. Wizard can get it.
Back in the old days.
Back in the olden days.
Rogues could just make a roll.
That's true.
Okay, so what are we doing, guys? Heading back to the town? Is it?
Yeah, we
It's
got
at
some more
night,
franchising
right?
to do.
So we
Yeah,
need
I mean,
to.
this is late in the day because you guys got to that town, and you guys set off instantly. So, you've spent at least a good hour to 2 hours. Plus, you did a short rest for an hour in here. So you've been in this outpost for probably a good 2 to 3 hours, and you had about a 2 hour walk to get here.
Yeah, you told us last time that it was like almost evening when we got here.
Yeah. So I mean, it's dark now.
All right.
So probably not the best idea to set off into the.
At least let the room with those weird fungus things in the cells and not them any longer.
Oh yeah, we need to like put those guys out of their misery or something, right?
Is that due to fungus zombies?
I mean, you can dispatch them through the bars if that's what you want to do.
Ramondo is horrified, so he thinks that they should be euthanized.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to do that, you're definitely capable of euthanizing them.
All right, that's what I'll do.
All right, that's done then. Ooh, the whiskey just hit me. All right, so yeah, I mean, you guys might want to just choose to stay the night here and then head back out to town in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which room should we pick, Jason, just in case? One with an exit.
One with no
Probably I was
levers.
trying to think the main room, the goats, and the main gate, because at least from there we have 2 ways to get out. The way we came, if something happens.
Okay.
So just that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
And Zinaz is going to gather up the goats.
Okay.
His plan is to give them to the innkeeper with the provision that they keep them for goat's milk and not.
Actually, Zinaz, with your high wisdom score, you recall that one of the things the town people told you was stolen was a pair of goats.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Yeah.
So they would certainly appreciate you returning their goats to them.
Okay.
Too bad we didn't find that magic lantern, right?
So when they find out that there's another Hollywood with a magic lantern,
that would be funny, right?
the magic lantern do not to be confused with the first one.
So give me what's your plan, guys? You're going to stay here the night, then head back to town? Are you you're going to turn the goats over, obviously. What about the lantern? Are you going to conceal that and keep it, or are you going to give it back?
We'll give it back, and the necklace and anything else that we can recall them talking about, or
Okay.
I guess any of the other loose stuff we'll just get back to the town and they can redistribute as they see fit.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to kind of fast forward here then. So you guys are, you spend the night. Nothing happens here over the evening. On further inspection, this place it's really big, but it really was not very well manned. It looks like the Duergar that were here probably they might have built it at some time in the past, but they didn't have much. There's a lot of dust in the corners, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't very active. And Duergar are not really known for their being out on the surface world anyway. So who knows how long ago this place was built, but they moved in here and they've been using it, but it's not really
Hasn't been a term thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So nothing else turns up over the evening, and you're able to safely make it back to town over the course of a couple of hours. If you leave at first light from the outpost, you can get back to town by probably before noon easily. Probably early afternoon or late morning, like 10, 11 o'clock in the afternoon, you can get back to town. The town folk are very grateful to you, and you guys are right. They're like You guys are great. We felt so, alone up here. Nobody, we're so cut off and everything. And we heard these rumors about these heroes from 10 Town, but nobody had come here and helped us. And they're really grateful to you guys. And Allie and Allie and Corey are super thankful to have their lantern back and put up back over the door again.
Yay.
Yay for being nice people.
So
And-
Ramundo would like to use part of his monetary haul to buy a round for everyone at the local bar, and he's gonna get GBD and Drake, and we're gonna play a set and music, and I'm also going to spread the kind of rumor / lie that once the current unpleasantness is cleared up, we're going to establish a trade route between what is this, Care Denethal or Care, which Care
This
is
is Care Koenig.
Care Koenig and Lonelywood. If you look at the map, Lonelywood is almost due west of Care Koenig. So he's going to start the rumor that another trade route is going to be established between the two communities.
They're like, Lonelywood? Why?
Well,
You'll
part of
like
that
it. Come
is
on.
talk up the new tavern.
All right. That's actually quite a haul there, Gordon. I'm looking at that. That's like, that's a good, between Care Koenig and Lonelywood, there's a good 10 miles through the wilderness.
Right. But I'm trying to build height.
All right.
So people will actually get enthusiastic about it, and maybe I could get some free labor to help build the trail.
All right.
Well, we established the Autobahn for the wagons, and then come and go as they please.
If we build it, they will come.
Right.
They definitely humor you. They're like, that's a great idea. You should do that. I know where you can find a shovel.
I'm like the Elon Musk of 10 Towns.
Yeah, only without the cool electric cars and flamethrowers. No, they're definitely grateful for your song. They have not had a lot of happy days here. So having the lantern back, having the song and the drink, they're definitely very grateful. They're not making fun of you for the idea. They don't believe it's possible, but they're certainly like, they're like, that would be, that would be great. Another route is always good if this damn winter ever ends. Tony, your shirt is like glowing on the Adidas logo with.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. Rime, before you ask, no, you do not level.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
If divvy up monetary, it's 10 gold a person, 23 silver a person.
10 and 23. Okay.
I'm sorry, what was that again, Jason?
10 gold and 23 silver.
All right.
Split 5 rays. Well, that's your total from splitting what we picked up 5 rays.
Plus the shield we don't know what to do with.
23.
Zenaz, you can
find
use
a way.
the shield has enough wood in it that you can use it if you want to use a shield.
What's that?
I'll say that the shield has enough wood in it that you can use it if you want to use a shield.
Okay. I already used a shield, so yeah, I'll use it.
Okay. It's
Double
just a +1
shield.
shield.
Hey, +1's better than +0.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to also give you this as well. Just a little quick thing here. In town, you are able to find somebody who can translate the note you found. on the desk. And it says, "Brother, you will find me on the frozen ferry in East Haven. From this new base, the search for Charlatan continues. Long may our father rule over this dark land. Dearth." Signed, Dearth.
Well, I know where we're going next.
Oh, we killed someone's brother.
Someone's brother who has a powerful father.
That takes us back to East Haven. East Haven.
Yep.
And
That's it.
with that, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording for the night.